Here.
Yeah, I think you're live. Can you say good morning?
Good morning.
We're live.
Good morning, everybody.
Live from Chicago. It's
Live from my beautiful Chicago.
It's Honey, and in the background, hey Shelly, can we get a wave?
Hi guys.
My ultimate concierge.
Always around, right?
Always around.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about beauty, and
Okay.
I see you have this gorgeous setup with your tray of goodies. Look at this, isn't this gorgeous? And I have a question I want to kick things off with as people start joining us. Honey, let's start by asking, this is a tough question, what does beauty after 50 mean to you? I stumped you.
Well, I think it's a combo. As I write to you, I always say 80% is inner beauty and 20% is our outer beauty. And I really do believe that. But I also believe that to feel visible after a certain age requires a little time. So, for example, when I get up early in the morning to walk with one of my girlfriends, I take the time. I put on my lipstick, I fix my hair, I put on a little blush, and I walk out the door feeling confident. Even though I'm just going to the park where no one's going to see me but my good friend Louise. It's an overall feeling of confidence that after 50, it's so important to feel that confidence. And another thing I always do that I have to work at is walking tall. I try and walk really tall and smile.
That's a good tip. You have a great smell. Okay, I love it. So moving right along, we're going to talk a little bit about trends, okay? And I want to tell you, you and I were talking about trends the other day, right?
Yeah.
And we were looking into beauty trends.
Yeah.
And Vogue said that red lips are a big trend for spring. And Harper's Bazaar said spider lashes, a la the 1970s, are a big trend for spring. So what do you think about these things?
Well, first and foremost, I think by the time we reach an age of after 50, we have our own trends, but isn't it fun to try new ones? So obviously I try them. Now, as far as the spider lashes, I'm not going to do that because that's just not me. But as far as the red lipsticks, who knows? Maybe I'll buy 5 different colors and try them because I love it. It's whatever you feel good about. And then always don't be afraid to take a risk.
That's good advice. Great advice. Okay, so I want to know what you kind of use as your staples. What are your standbys? How do you feel beautiful every day? Because how come I've never seen you not looking great? As many times I've been here early in the morning. Is that like your thing? Is that something you always do?
It's something I always do, and I really do it for me. This is not being selfish, but when I dress for me. Because if I feel good, everyone around me is going to feel good, and I portray myself with confidence. So in the morning, what I do, the first thing is I love this product. It's called Fresh, and I use the soy face cleanser. And no, I'm not selling anything on this. I'm not at all. I'm just really telling you what I do. I love this. So I wash my face, and then, depending on the climate, because I spend a lot of time in California, I will either use from the grocery store my grapeseed oil, olive oil, or I will use my organic coconut oil because the desert is very dry. But I also swear by Lumiere. And I started wearing Lumiere many years ago when I read that the product really takes care of physical problems of the skin. I'm very loyal to my Lumiere. After that,
the Lumiere, is it worth the cost? I think that's something that people want to know because we know it's expensive.
I think it's really worth the cost because a little goes far. So what I do is it comes with a tiny, tiny little spoon. So I use my little plastic spoon, and I take the product out of the spoon. I put it right here in my hand, and I go like this. and then I just dab it all over my face. And this small bottle lasts me for months. So I believe in quality over quantity, and our skin is very important. So I think it's worth investing in this product, Lumiere, and switching off with your grocery store products.
Okay, can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
Because people are asking questions and I don't want to ignore them.
Okay.
Donna, hi Donna. Donna said, hi honey, looking great. Dagmar said hello from Texas.
Hi.
She always enjoys your posts. Susan Berman said hi from Deerfield. Hallie agrees that the Fresh Cleanser you mentioned is the best.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
And Inez says, I love Lumiere and you look fabulous. Okay, so you guys aren't asking questions. You guys are just telling Honey how great she looks. So you can continue because we're not getting questions just yet. We're getting people commenting that your beauty routine obviously works. So they want to hear more about it.
Okay, I forgot to tell you. The next thing I do is I put on my sunblock, and I forgot to bring it in.
So you use a sunblock every day?
I use a sunblock, and it's number 60 every day. And then I wear the Lumiere, and it is a sunblock of 20. So I wear this product because it's very thin. And I really think as we grow older, we have, smile lines, and we have lines, and some of us have pores. So you want something of a very, very light texture to go over your skin. So I wear this, the Lumiere, night and day. I don't have different products. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you what I put on underneath my foundation, Carolyn.
Okay, tell me. That looks like a Sisley primer.
It's the primer.
Aha!
And to tell you the truth, I guess I'm old-fashioned because I just started wearing the primer. And
I think Kathy has a question about this. Is it good for people with Kathy, I'm not sure, Kathy, if you're asking about the primer or the Lumiere. So maybe let's talk about your opinion about both. Do you think these products are good for sensitive skin?
Well, I know that Sisley supposedly is all natural products. So this primer is natural. And Lumiere, I can only go on what I've read. And I do believe that they are sensational for problem skin.
Gotcha. Okay, good. Now, I have a question for you. I know you have all your goodies out here. But Georgia McCrapp Bianchi, and I'm so sorry if I just murdered your name, Georgia, wants to know if you have advice for mascara that smudges under your eyes. And I feel like for women over 50, this is always an issue.
Well, I have to tell you, I answered somebody, maybe it was you, on Facebook that asked me that question. And I don't have that problem. And I always wear mascara on my lower lashes. I don't wear waterproof. I wear Chanel, and I suppose maybe if your lashes are very close to your skin, or the particular mascara you're wearing runs, you would have a problem. So maybe you might try the Chanel, because you can see my eyes and you see my lashes are coated, and I never have that problem.
Your mascara never runs. And so what mascara, do you have your mascara handy there? I know you mentioned Chanel. Is it in your little makeup bag by chance?
No, it's not. It's in the
Because you don't travel with mascara, do you?
I don't travel with it, no.
Okay, so moving right along.
Can I tell you, the Chanel I wear, it's black, and it's in the round tube.
And we have covered it on honeygood.com before. We've covered your favorite mascara. So if you go to honeygood.com and you type in mascara in the search box, you'll definitely find Honey's recommendations. Someone just commented, Karen, hi Karen. Karen commented,
Karen.
We love seeing that sweet man in the background.
Oh.
You guys missed a really cute show earlier, but you'll see it later, I think, with a little love song, little impromptu love song between Shelly and Honey this morning. Okay, another question for you. Patricia Salete Vaith says, I lived in Tampa for 25 years. The humid climate was bad for hair but great for skin. I recently moved to cold weather climate and I cannot believe how dry my body is. So I need a whole body moisturizer.
Okay, I think I remember writing to you. This is what I use. Again, I'm back to Lumiere. I love this, and you can buy it in a smaller size, but I chose the larger size. I smear this all over myself, and also I told you that I spend a lot of time in the desert. Mm-hmm. And it is so dry, and I wear my coconut oil, and
so just straight up oil.
Just oil.
Grapeseed. I see you've got a grapeseed there, and you have a organic coconut. Can I see that one a little closer?
Yeah.
Very good.
And there's all different brands in the grocery store.
Okay. That's
and
great
obviously they're not very expensive.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so here's a question. Bonnie Shackelford says, facial hair on your chinny chin chin. What do you do about that?
Okay, well, what you can do is you can have your face waxed. I remember when I entered college and my suite mate waxed her face, and I had never seen that. I grew up in Kankakee, Illinois, by the sea, and I walked in and I saw she had a little sterno can, and she had like a stick that we used to go to the doctor with and he'd put it on our tongue to see if our throat was red. And she would take this stick, which you can do, you don't have to go to a professional, and buy a little sterno can of wax. She heated the wax, and then she dunked the stick in, and for example, she would go like this for her mustache, and then she'd go like this under her chin, and leave it on for a few seconds, and then she'd just rip it off.
So we're talking wax.
Yes.
Just get rid of those hairs.
Yes.
Right? Okay, I'm gonna move this for a second so I can ask you another question. So we have a few questions coming in. Debbie and Donna. Hi, Debbie and Donna. They're both kind of asking the same question, which is dark circles. What do you do about... Debbie technically wants to know what's the best concealer, but I think you maybe have said you don't use one. And Donna wants to know, what do you do about dark circles? I haven't found any brand, so it sounds like she's looking for a concealer too, that doesn't look off color or cakey.
Well, I am very fortunate that I don't have dark circles, so this is my suggestion. I would go into a Walgreens or a CVS, or I would go into a department store. I would find the manager of the department, and I would tell her my problem, and I would ask her for her advice. Mm-hmm. That's what I would do, and I'm sure you'll have good results.
You always talk about trusting a great salesperson and how important it is to find someone knowledgeable to help you.
Yes.
And I think that's a great tip, because nowadays people rely on online reviews, which are not that reliable.
No, walk into the store, go outside, walk into a store, get in your car, whatever, and get the facts and get some help.
Okay, good tip. Okay, so everyone always wants to know about Honey's hair, right? Can I get some love? If you're watching right now, hit the love button if you love Honey's hair, because we get that all the time. And Rosa wants to know, Honey, how about hair care? Any natural tips? Your hair looks lovely, healthy, not to mention the silver stream. Oh, there's hearts just going across the stream.
Oh, thanks.
Your hair is always a popular discussion point. How do you do it? Let's talk about hair.
Okay, I don't go to the beauty shop very often. I cut my own hair with I've told you before, with the scissors in my kitchen. And I did it this morning a little. And I wash my hair with a very, very good product and a good conditioner. And every once in a while, I will put Hellmann's mayonnaise in my hair and walk around the house for a few hours. Then I towel dry my hair, I get out my blower, I dry my hair just like this. Put my head down and dry it. And then the last thing I do is I use a curling iron, and I take my hair like this, and I go one time here and here. I never do the back. And then here I put 4 Velcro rollers. And that's it.
Easy breezy.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great tip because you don't want to do too much to your hair.
No.
It can really be hard on your hair. Okay, so we have another question. This one is from Maureen. And there were other people who had this question too. And the question was, please, can we talk about lipstick? I collect them in every brand and every color in pursuit of the perfect one. But I want, this is what Maureen wants. Maureen wants color, no feathering, no bleeding, and it has to be hydrating.
Okay, so number one, if you walk into Walgreens, for example, you may have, my lips don't feather, or you can walk into a department store. There is a product you can buy.
There's a reverse lip liner.
Yeah, and I think you just go like this on your underneath your lip. That will stop the feathering.
You're right.
And then I like a lipstick that
the ladies want to know exactly what color you have and what brand.
Okay, I wear Tom Ford, but I have to tell you that I bought these NARS. Okay, at the beginning I said we have to try, we have to experiment a little with new things.
Yes.
So I bought these, and they're red.
Ooh, I love that color. That's
but what I found that's great, they come on beautifully. They're really red, and they stay. So I think they have something in them.
Some voodoo magic.
Some voodoo magic. So try these. These are fabulous.
Okay, so we've got NARS.
And then...
What is this magical thing? Can you hand that magical thing to me so I can show the NARS? I'm going to get a little close-up of the NARS you just had.
Here's another one.
Ooh, pretty. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Is it gorgeous?
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see it really well.
Wait.
Elizabeth said she has feathering problems too.
Okay,
feathering's a big issue for women. I think it starts way earlier than 50, speaking as a 44-year-old.
I think that this is also great. These pencils, they really, they have moisture in them. This happens to be Sicily. I bought it because I love the zebra stripes.
I was going to say, what a great case.
And I like the color.
Yeah, it looks like your style. Love it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a few more questions. Lidded upper eyelids make me look sad and tired. What do you suggest? What's the advice if you have lidded upper eyelids, heavy eyelids?
Okay, I remember answering this.
Yeah, you said you promised you had answers.
Okay, right. This is what I would do. I would go not to an optometrist. I would go to an ophthalmologist, and some of them do upper lids. And you don't want to just tamper with your eyes with anyone, but I do believe the only way to repair that is with surgery. So I would go to an eye specialist for that procedure. I don't know of any other way to correct that.
So you kind of have two problems, and I hope I'm not going to make you uncomfortable, but I'm going to ask you a question because I think it should be asked. So you have two options. One is do something surgically, and the other is live with it and embrace the good things about you. So this calls to mind, she looks a little scared, right, ladies?
No.
This calls to mind a story that you wrote about driving in your car with with Shelly, and having it in your mind that you were going to get something done to your neck. And you really struggled with whether you should do something about your neck.
Okay.
And so you tell us, what do you think about these kind of things, understanding that it's every woman's choice? What did you decide?
Okay, girls, I cannot stand my neck. So I thought about having surgery. And I went and I visited 3 different plastic surgeons. And they explained to me that there is no way that you can just do your neck. You have to do your neck and this much of your face. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to touch my face. So I decided that I'm going to live with my neck. And I wear chokers. I just have to forget about my neck.
Focus on all the other
and focus
beautiful
on
parts.
other parts of me.
Yeah. And there's a story on honeygood.com that you ladies can read all about Honey's decision that she was going to embrace all of her other beauty and let one little thing that bothered her go by the wayside.
Yeah.
Which I think is a great decision. Whatever works for you is kind of a great decision,
Absolutely.
isn't it? Okay, so Sloan wants to know, what kind of blush do you use?
Okay, I love NARS.
Dun, dun, dun. We got to know the color too, or at least get a
I don't have on my glasses, so Carolyn will have to read it for me.
It's a nice pink, which is great because they do so often, experts say, at a certain age we lose color in our face, so we need a little rosy glow.
And I happen to have pink in my skin, so here's the color.
Done. Here we go, ladies. This is Matahari.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you, honey. Thanks for sharing. Okay, a couple more questions because we have to wrap things up in a couple minutes here. Someone wants to know, Frances Jarrett would like to know. Oh, Sloan just said, I use that brand.
Oh, really?
Which is ironic. Sloan asked about which blush you use, and then when you showed it, she said that's the one she used.
Oh, good.
Frances wants to know, let's talk about thinning eyebrows. She doesn't want to recreate the younger me, but she needs a little brow pencil for a little fill-in. What is your advice about brows?
Okay, well, what I do is maybe every 2 months I go to a girl where I have my manicure, and she darkens my brows, which I have nothing on them now.
They look great.
But I haven't had this done in about a month, so I do that. And then I take I have this pencil that is shaped like more or less your brows, so I can like feather. And I use NARS again, and I use this product.
Oh, it looks great. It's like a cream gel. Those really stay.
It really stays, and because I have so much gray in my hair, it's kind of like a charcoal gray. And very, very gently, I hardly tap, and then I just kind of feather it in, like this. But I do have them dyed.
Yeah, that's great advice. Okay, so ladies, we are wrapping things up shortly, so I want to get through some of your questions. Elizabeth says, I'm well beyond 50, but now just starting to get brown spots on my face. Any recommendations for products to use?
I don't know any. I'm really sorry. But dermatologists do. And I would go online maybe, or go into, again, a department store and ask.
Okay, thank you. Patricia tuned in late, and she was the one who asked about the whole body moisturizer.
Yeah.
So Patricia, this one's just for you. I'm going to give you a little glimpse. Honey talked about her secret moisturizer, Lumiere. And she's got a big bucket of it, right, honey?
Yeah.
She said she slathers it on every morning. Okay, Judith wants to know what color your nails are. What color are your nails, honey? It's Essie. Okay, ladies, it's Essie Bordeaux. That makes perfect sense.
And it's a very old color. Do you know what? Actually, when I asked to have this color put on, the girl told me that it was the third color in the line that was ever made, and it's still in their line today.
So I feel like that kind of is the perfect punctuation on what we've said today, which is that beauty isn't about maybe trends, but more about classics and what looks great on you and makes you feel great.
I think that is a true statement, and this little bottle of polish tells it all.
Sure does. Okay, so last question as we have to wrap things up. I want everyone to tune into honeygood.com because we're going to have a story later today with Honey's advice where you can refer back to it, covering her products, etc. But the last question for you is, how do you embrace your own beauty in and out?
How do I? Well, my inner beauty, I'm a very warm person, and I show that to everyone, even people I don't know that I pass by in the street. And when I say hi and smile, I think I get as much pleasure as they do. So I think my moods are really important, being an upper, trying to always walk on the sunny side of the street. And as far as the outer me, as I said earlier, I dress for me. Somebody said, do you dress for your husband? I adore my husband. But when I'm getting dressed, I don't think about Shelley. I think about how I'm going to feel, because it's not selfish to think about ourselves.
That's great, honey. Okay, ladies, tune in next month. We're going to go live with Honey again. Can we get a bye from Shelley, speaking of which? Bye. Honey, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, girls, for coming today and visiting with me. I'm very appreciative.
Log on to honeygood.com and share it with your girlfriends.